gets the respawn.
No way! On a silver platter, Gambare Otosu now looking to engage in the
Effect could get caught off so quickly there. The respawn.
No way! On a silver platter, Gambare Otosu now looking to engage in this fight. While Hockey's with a white evil shield and a dream. Yes, he still gets the knockout to Youngie. He's still able to get at least a weapon out of his box here. Now pushing in. Youngie getting taken out, just leaving Jusna and Dogma to try to fight on the other side. Prowler shots coming in. The ring finishing off Hockey's once again. Fortunately for him, but Alliance is still alive. 13 squads left while it's only up to Yuki.
Yuki, maybe he's got the ring to help him as well. No, they do get the revive, so now it's a 3v1. Surely Yuki realizes the reset has happened and he needs to get out of there. That said, we have seen a zone pull actually back towards him. Maybe he can find a nice little spot to run in. It's not like Geo have a seer to find him.
The one thing is that Alliance had also noted that what happened to Hawkins originally was from E6 from across by the building in that position that they were in. So even engaging on this fight would have been risky if E6 wanted to see what was happening since they're running the crypto and could use the drone. Looking on the other side, talking about cryptos, Yuka also in a fight. Fnatic looking to still play from underneath here. The EMP is going to be called in. Having to look behind you though is another squad having you in their line of sight. Geo losing out on Juzna, but because of the circle there, 13 squads still left and alive with the squad from Geo having to traverse through the heights. Playing on the outside of this building here, we saw what happened originally when we saw FaZe going in and out, but we saw them now manage to rotate on top of the catwalk at the very beginning. But it's so intense when Moist are still running the Catalyst here too, because you have the reinforced doors to deal with.
Yeah, look, they're good for the next circle, Vicky. They can take a little bit of time to work this out. Of course, they don't have the information, but it is going to be swinging very much down towards Element 6. They are currently occupying the building in the southwest of the zone, and that's going to be a really good spot. Dark Zero, actually, who will go a little bit late to the party and is set up in Antenna, actually will have some good shots over towards all these teams who are going to have to run in next to each other, pretty much holding hands from Launchpad down south.
I like how you called out DZ and where they're going to be rotating from, because obviously landing in the middle, they were able to get a nice rotate into the direction by that choke point right behind where E6 is situated in. Still looking at Moist and hearing the crypto drone from right underneath them. Stagnating a bit with so many teams in Launchpad. You got Moist, you got Fnatic playing right underneath them. Pulverex has not moved with the Rampart, the Loba, the crypto. FaZe on the other side still on that catwalk like we mentioned before. NRG had found their space right close to Pulverex and have also not moved an inch. TSM playing more by the edge as well as Exit as 100 East make the rotation into that next circle. We finally see the engagement from inside of this building. MT getting the first knock.
Fnatic, they were the ones that took over the other APAC North's position underneath, but they decide they have to deal with Moist sooner or later, and they get neither. It's Moist to control that position. That's extremely important for them. The zone pulls back once more, actually. We're going to get an ending near the fingers, specifically the middle and the bottom finger of Launchpad.
And Moist woke up playing through this bracket alone on a different level. Even since World's Edge, game number 2, they got first with 12 KP, looking to continue dominating here, taking over that entire house. Dark Zeros, we could see, Bocek in the hands, and Kraber in the hand of Zero. We've seen what Zero could do with the Kraber. Absolutely scary situation. And they have that slight little high ground too, like we mentioned before, behind E6.
Yeah, he's a demon with the Kraber. This man always hits his shots. Is always a factor when that is in his hands. And I guess something else I really want to shout out is that Jen Burton has been doing fantastic this tournament for them.
And the follow-up with the Bocek. Oh, you know, it's like you're cutting up onions.
Imagine you're just sitting there and you get like...
100 Thieves! See you later! With some help from NRG, Dark Zero. You know, we talked about this before. It's just crazy.
It's like a Kraber shot in one shoulder, you take the bow in the other, and you're just done for. You're reeling at that point. There's no way to come back from that.
Can't catch a break. Dark Zero, we're going to jump into a listening with them while we take a look at what they're going to do here, putting in all this work with the power weapons.
No heartbeats near.
Right button, Caffrey, hold the CMOC. We either wall building or we'll go for rocks.
Okay.
Wall
These
towards
rocks.
building?
Like rocks
Yeah,
here?
yeah, just walling their doorway off. They can't pick it all. They just queue over the wall.
Team evac.
They're evacuing, right?
Yeah,
in the water.
water.
They're gonna go for rocks. Are you gonna have wall?
I'm on 80, 88.
We can play here for now.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
go there and wall the right door off, so they can't see it all. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna
Pride.
Yeah, well, after like swing down here.
They're not there anymore. They're not rocks.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We
Okay,
still do
okay.
it.
Rocks
Hold
are
on,
free.
2
Rocks are
seconds,
free.
2 seconds.
What's the team there?
I got it. Wait.
Okay, whenever you're
Got it
ready.
down, doing
Whenever
it.
you're ready.
Oh, nice. We're gonna queue root.
Okay.
I'm popping one cell. You ready?
Yep.
Yep.
The crypto NPM
Going?
are coming in. I'm gonna save it.
One roof.
This is the best spot, probably.
They EP'd. They might drop high down.
Break it.
I took it.
Window.
I'm batting.
I'm one.
Batting.
They're swinging out. I'm batting.
I'm chilling too. I'm trying to climb.
Timing.
Yep.
Where's drone?
I broke it. I got it.
Swinging out the side. Good. Okay. I'm batting.
They can shot down. Peeling.
Yeah, chill here.
Can it swing?
Yeah, I'm watching. You're fine.
Yep.
Get Kakus on the swings.
I'm.
I don't have a bat either.
I'm going Kakus. Alright.
Maybe we're just gonna have to fight them.
Yeah. I can try K1. Yeah.
Team here, 2 getting shit on.
Can I have wall back?
I have to go after bat.
you.
Like fine. I don't think they can
They're
climb that. They're
swinging, I
climbing.
think.
Get for cover.
You have to come the outside line, I think.
They're climbing. Here. They're fighting us.
They're low.
One's on you.
Cheer dead. Cheer, go here.
Dead.
Nice, bye.
Right here, got one.
Again.
Listen to me. I think you're cold. Come on.
You think we trolled?
I think cold.
ALGS somehow win that fight. I wasn't sure they were going to be able to do it against the team. I mean, they had 2 very long-range weapons. Hit the no-scope on the Kraber, and then Jen goes crazy underneath. Unfortunately, it was just too low. Griefed after that, but damn if that wasn't a pretty impressive display by the Dark Zero boys just to win the 3v3. Meanwhile, 5 other teams remain. We saw TSM, NRG go down. Those guys at the hands largely of Moist Esports, who have just made their way in blow by blow into this final circle. It's going to end right in the middle there. In between those 3 rocks, essentially, is where the zone is closing to. Gambare Otosan, they have that southern position. You can see lots of fences going down. This is going to be a great spot for them. Meanwhile, I believe it's just TSM Imperial Hell left alive. And then we've got Pulverex on the east.
Oh, Moist, having to be careful. I'm not over. That was crazy. Dropping down with some style here, really calling it out. Moist having to be careful though on this slight high ground. See the gravity lift right behind them, finding the opportunity. TSM finally get eliminated by Pulverex, calling him out. Moist, they see the cat wall right in front of them. This is going to be their opportunity to try to rotate right through. Creeping Barrage has already been called in to avoid the caustic gas. EMP has come in next. Gambare Otosan, look at their position on this south point with the comp that allows them to make the magic work. The Newcastle, the Watson, and the Gen that's going to be up.
Okay, 3 teams left, all with 3 members left alive. Gambare, you can see they're fighting to get into that winner's bracket. So into the final from this winner's bracket. They're 12th currently. A couple of points here could mean everything for them in this second last game. Moist, Pulverex, GO, who's in the better spot? It looks like Moist are going to be in a really rough spot once they pull out the angles they're getting taken here. I don't think it's going to be them.
But what do they do here? They had used the cat wall earlier. They have no cover like Gambare and Pulverex. Pulverex has Rampart walls. Gambare has Newcastle wall if they have the ult already since they used it earlier. Still, so much positioning that they can work off of from the rocks in the middle, but it's about who's going to approach and deal with MT. You see Dogma now trying to find that last straggler of Moist. They get taken out in 3rd. 2 squads left. It's Gambare Otosan versus Pulverex, and you already get the knock onto FChan. Get down, Mr. President, as Newcastle moves in, finds the opportunity, allows the rest of his team to finish up the game, so that way they take game number 5.